Hey guys, Silver here from Speedruns Live, and today I have a short guide to using the CoroCoro Splat Roller. The CoroCoro Splat Roller was recently added in the Sheldon's Picks Volume 2 alongside patch 2.8.0, and I decided I wanted to make a guide explaining some of the differences between this weapon and its other variants, such as the Splat Roller and the Krak-On Roller. So, let's get started. Alright, so let's look at its kit. It's got the splash wall, which is used to defend yourself and your teammates or to lock out areas completely, and the ink Zuka, which is used to hit down long-range targets such as chargers or anything such as like splatlings, anything that has more range than you basically. As for abilities you should use, I recommend using Ink Saver Sub, Ink Saver Main, Swim Speed, and if you want to mix it up, Ninja Squid is also very good for the weapon, especially when it comes to shooting an Ink Zuka and trailing it. Another good ability is Special Saver. The CoroCoro Roller has light depletion, so it already only loses about 40% of its special. So one thing I want to talk about is how many flicks you can get out of the roller after throwing a splash wall. So immediately when it comes to using a splash wall, a lot of weapons like the 52 gal or 96 gal will make a build on allowing you to get the most out of shooting after you throw a splash wall. Well, the CoroCoro Roller can make use of the splash wall by standing like a 52 gal can, standing behind it and continuing to attack. However, there isn't much you can get out of it. So I'm going to show you how many flicks you can get out of through use of Ink Saver Sub, Ink Saver Main. The base roller can get only 4 flicks after throwing a splash wall down. With one main of Ink Saver Sub, you can get 5 full flicks after throwing a splash wall. With 2 mains, you can get 5 flicks after throwing a splash wall. With 3 mains, you can get 6 full flicks out of throwing a splash wall. With 3 mains and 3 subs of Ink Saver Sub, you can also still only get 6 flicks. With 3 mains and 6 subs, you can only get 6 flicks as well. However, if you use 3 mains and 9 subs, you can get a grand total of 7 flicks out of it. When it comes to using Ink Saver Main, one main of it will give you 5 full flicks. 2 mains will also give you 5 full flicks. 3 mains will give you 6 full flicks. Three mains and 3 subs will give you 7 full flicks. 3 mains and 6 subs will also give you 7 full flicks. And 3 mains and 9 subs will give you 8 full flicks after throwing a splash wall. So let's talk about strategy. First off, when it comes to using the splash wall, you should not be standing behind it the whole time like a 52 gal or a 96 deco does. It is not there to give you the ability to approach like that. It's not something you should be using to win conflicts like that. You don't want to play the CoroCoro like you would a 52 gal. That's not how this should be played. Instead, you should be using the splash wall to lock out areas and defend yourself so you can escape, or to help your teammates safely super jump to you. You should also be using it to allow yourself to safely flick to charge your special. There are some spots where it's really dangerous for you to stand, like on Snipe on Moray Towers. If you're going to stand there and flick off into the mid, you're most likely going to get shot. However, if you throw a splash wall in front of you, then just start flicking off into mid, you will actually gain your special and you will not be shot, as your splash wall will take the damage for you, and you can safely escape while having your special charged from the flicks. You should not be using it to try and play a 52 gal. It is not a 52 and should not be used like that. Now let's talk about the Ink Zuka. The Ink Zuka actually gives the Splat Roller the ability to fight off things that have longer range, so things like chargers or splatlings or anything that would give you extreme grief if you're a Krak-On roller. In fact, the CoroCoro is one of the one of the three splat rollers that has the ability to fight people at a distance. The vanilla splat roller has the suction bomb and whale, and it can use that to space people out and keep chargers away for a limited time. The Krak-On has a beacon and Kraken, while the Kraken will help you survive in situations longer by, popping it and killing anyone that's near you. The CoroCoro and even the vanilla splat roller are the only ones that can combat chargers. But unlike the vanilla splat roller, the CoroCoro has a chance of actually killing them from the safe distance. If you whale someone, they can sometimes escape it and get away, and then they'll be back within a few seconds. But with an Ingzuka, the travel time and its weird hitbox will actually allow you to take out chargers that are pestering you or your teammates while still being at a safe distance. If you combo this with throwing a splash wall in front of you, then using the Ingzuka to cover yourself so you can safely get all the shots off without being shot yourself, then it's a really great combo. And in fact, you can throw a splash wall, have it tank a shot from an E-liter, you use all your Ingzuka shots, then afterwards you can throw another splash wall, because using the Ingzuka will refill your tank. So in the end, you may be wondering, is the Coro even better than the Krak-On, or is it even better than the vanilla? Well, not really. Well, yes and not really. The weapons can fill completely different roles. Whilst the Krak-On can thrive in modes such as tower control for pushing the tower with the Kraken, the CoroCoro can also do that by allowing it to throw a splash wall onto the tower to protect your teammates as they push. The CoroCoro it might be better for splat zones, simply because a Kraken actually can't cover the zone, and giving your teammates and yourself a splash wall to safely cover the zone is a little bit better than having a Kraken, which you have to rely on killing people in the zone to be able to cover it. And then when it comes to Rainmaker, the Krak-On might benefit more simply because the Kraken it does better job at breaking the Rainmaker shield than the CoroCoro or like the Ingzuka can. But at the same time, the whale from the vanilla splat roller can also break it really fast and will actually break the shield faster than a Kraken. Not to mention it can also couple it with the suction bomb. So overall, it is definitely something I suggest you all try. It is not something that will replace a Krak-On or a vanilla splat roller. It's a good weapon, and it's definitely worth trying, and I feel like it can be used in the game's meta if people are willing to get past the fact that it can't be used like a brainless weapon to sit behind a splash wall and win the game. You have to be a bit more cunning and a bit more you have to use your brain a bit more when it comes to using the weapon, and you can't just freely sit behind a splash wall and expect to win the whole game. You have to mix it up. You have to use the splash wall to defend yourself and your teammates, and then use the Ingzuka to pressure and take out long-range targets and all things like that. So I definitely hope to see more people using this weapon, and I definitely hope to see it used by other people in tournaments. So yeah, that was my simple and short guide to using the CoroCoro roller, and I want to thank everyone for watching, and I hope you decide to check this weapon out.